Hello there people, my name's Amanamaz and I have just finished watching Daredevil Born Again. And if you didn't know, it is basically a continuation of the Daredevil show on Netflix from a few years ago. You can tell Disney tried to put their own spin on it with some of the choices that they made, and with some of the creative decisions being changed constantly throughout the production of the show. Like Karen and Foggy weren't supposed to be in it altogether, and for some reason Vanessa was supposed to be played by a totally different actress. But I'm glad that all changed and I want to see what happens going forward. The show is really good. It is almost at the quality of the show when it was at Netflix, but those 3 seasons are some of my favorite seasons of television ever. And the creative team did a really good job at keeping that same tone and feeling from the previous show. But I can see when people say Disney just copied Netflix's homework and changed it a bit. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because at the end of the day, it is a really good show. I will be going into spoilers by the way, so here's your warning. I was so shocked that they had Bullseye kill Foggy in the first episode. Like literally in the first 15 minutes. Like it happened in such a way that I didn't think it was real or that he faked his death. And remember, Bullseye doesn't miss, so it could be a fatal looking shot, but didn't kill him if you know what I mean. But I am intrigued to see how that plays out or if there's anything deeper going on. Especially since Foggy was going to uncover something Vanessa had planned. Wilson Fisk is still really great, like he plans to essentially make a city-state in New York from a port, so he can smuggle and launder so much shit. Like this is the kind of stuff I love seeing Kingpin get involved with, especially now he has New York under martial law, and has his own militia of bent cops that fanboy over the Punisher. And it's like the show is building up to a street-level Avengers event, with Matt saying he needs an army. Considering Frank is already involved, the Punisher is locked in, but I think the rest of the Defenders will get involved. Well, maybe not Iron Fist. I know there's a lot of social media hints and rumors about Jessica Jones and maybe Luke Cage, but just imagine they somehow managed to pull off getting Spider-Man involved. That team would just wipe out Kingpin and his militia. Maybe I am dreaming too much about Spidey getting involved, but that would be sick. I can see Hawkeye getting involved, seeing how Kingpin was the big bad with his show. And it would be cool seeing an OG Avenger getting involved again, but obviously that would depend on Jeremy Renner. I'm not sure how he is after getting hit by a snowplow. Maybe I'm just speculating too much. Charlie Cox is great as Daredevil, as always. He plays a blind man so well, and no matter how many times they do it, but Matt's inner conflict to not kill is still a great character thread, especially when he interacts with Frank. Their scenes together are probably the best in the show, and I wouldn't complain if we saw more of that. I quite like the new supporting characters, and I actually enjoyed seeing Matt in a new environment after Foggy's death, and how he has to balance his law career and personal life while being Daredevil again. And it does get a bit tense when Fisk involves Matt's girlfriend as his couples counselor, and later as some high up council mental health person. I don't know American political positions, okay? The action scenes were great. They didn't shy away from how brutal it is. Like we see Matt snapping arms and we see Fisk crush a guy's skull with his bare hands. I think my main negative of the show is that they rushed the Muse storyline. I think it's Muse or how it's pronounced. Like I think they finished that arc very quickly after the whole White Tiger case. Not sure if that's an unpopular opinion, but that's how I felt when watching it. But that didn't reduce my enjoyment of the show though. Overall, it is a great show and definitely worth checking out, especially if you enjoyed the original on Netflix. And the show does feel like it is building up to something that is very exciting. And luckily season 2 will come out early next year, so the wait isn't that long. So I recommend watching it as soon as you can, and maybe again when season 2 is about to come out. If I had to give it a rating, it would be an 8.5 out of 10. Better than season 2 of Daredevil, but not quite as high as season 1 or 3. But anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe, that would greatly be appreciated. And I shall see you next time, and peace.